Anti-vegans don't go for holiday, and we got this comment that is top tier anti-vegans argument. So let's go through it together. Animals do deserve respect. All right. So when I think about respect, I don't think of a knife across my throat. If someone wants to respect me, I'd rather don't die because of them. But there is many ways to show respect to something. All right. So let's hear these different forms of respect. Indians showed respect to animals by using every part of the animal. All right. So that's respect, right? So if I murder you, but I ate you all, then, you're going to forgive me, right? Like, you don't care anymore about losing your life because, you're eating me alive, everything, right? So it's fine, just murder me, no problem. And imagine these in another situation, human situation. So I'm a rapist. But I respect my victims, or they're not victims, they're friends. I sexually violate my friends because they're not victim. I respect them, right? Because I use every single hole when I sexually assault them, right? The hands, the fronts, the back, everything. So I think I respect them because I use every possible part to get pleasure out of them. Or I should say with them, because even if they're not, consenting to what I do to them sexually, I use every part. So I respect, and I'm sure they feel respected because of this. All right, let's keep going. It's laughable that you think we weren't meant to eat meat. We wouldn't be able to process it if we weren't. We wouldn't have teeth meant to eat it. Other animals wouldn't be omnivores or straight up carnivores. I'm confused from the last part. It seems like what he's saying is because some animals are omnivores or carnivores, therefore we are. Like, what about gorillas and monkey, right? Because we're not primates, right? No one knows we are primates, right? Like, we obviously lions. It makes sense to think that we should compare ourselves to carnivores, like lions, instead of like primates. Just an idea, but yeah. What about the teeth? Oh yes, oh my god. I mean, if I would be a lion, I would be scared. Like, imagine a human with these teeth coming in a lion territory and just being like, ah. And yeah, I'll be, if I were a lion, I'd be very, very, very scared. But on the other side, like, are we meant to record ourselves in a screen recording thing and using a smartphone? Am I meant to like use clothes and put my clothes drying? Am I meant to sleep in a bed? Am I meant to use a hat to warm up my head because it's cold? I mean, like, I've got hair, right? So I don't know. I think it's just about choices that you can make. So it's not about the fact that you can process meat or not, because you can process cocaine as well, right? So, it's obviously a choice, both to eat meat and to use cocaine, because your body can process both. But the thing is, you can be healthy without animal products, and therefore is a choice, and is a choice of wanting to actually respect the animal, because when you respect someone, you consider what he wants or she wants. And in this case, the animal wants to live. So it doesn't matter if you can process meat. It doesn't matter if you're going to eat the whole animal. You are not respecting the animals if you're taking the animal's life. And to keep going, my main point was this generation are babies who like to profit of animals' deaths, which is exactly what you do, when they wouldn't be able to do it to the animals themselves. To be honest, I cannot explain it, but I see worse in people that pay for animal murder rather than people that hunt. Because I'm not saying no one is a better person, but trust me that I have more, in the real life when I do activism, I had more positive conversations with hunters and farmers or ex-farmers than other people that are completely disconnected from violence. Because people that causes violence, in this area, in animal farming or hunting, most of the time they are born into this tradition. And they never thought of the fact that it's not necessary to murder and torture animals, and they actually recognize that is wrong. So that's my thought of that. But anyway, like whether you can or you cannot abuse an animal, you're still unfair and choosing to be violent and cruel if you choose to kill. It doesn't matter if you can kill or cannot kill. I might able to kill, right? But I choose not to because it's the right thing to do. Let's keep going. Side note, and then this is the gift. I wonder if you realize that being vegan or vegetarian kills billions of animals a year to make it possible to grow the crops. And I have a small story. So I went to the mountains, a few days ago for Christmas, and driving, it was full of plants farms and plants agriculture everywhere. And I was thinking of this idea that, all anti-vegans have, that vegans kill so many animals, right? And farmers in fields kill everything it's around, and the snakes and the turtle and the fox. But if you actually go to plant farms, it's quiet. It's no violence there. It's no abuse. No one is being abused in these farms, right? So this is the first thing. And if you compare like watching 1 hour of plant farming with 1 hour of slaughterhouse and animal agriculture and all the horrible practices that are happening every second, every moment in these places, you clearly you should be understanding straight away that this nonsense what anti-vegans say around this. On the other side, there is a huge difference from intentionally wanting to abuse, torture, and murder animals to, from protecting the crops. I mean, like, this is something that I realize, like, we as humans, we have the right to develop and survive in this earth, just like other species. Okay, we're more complex, we're destroying everything, we're being very selfish, okay, but at the same time, right now, this is what we have at the moment. We just need to do things better, but protecting our food, all right, it is much more justified that breeding for the only purpose of torturing and murdering animals. Okay, and also when it comes to the billions the animals that are dying, when it comes to insects, that's that's like, that's what I said before. Like, we are protecting our crops, but also like insects, they are not manageable. Like, how do you? It's very difficult to minimize insects deaths, right? It's possible, and I hope in the future we use less pesticides or not pesticides, But when it comes to the actually killing of animals during like the collection of the plants, that's also bullshit. Like, it's like, do you think that, a tractor is not a Ferrari, right? A tractor is not a Ferrari. When they collect the grain or whatever, they make a lot of noise and they go very slow. So have you ever met a mouse or a rat in a city? They look at you like freaking 500 meters away and they're already back to their houses, right? So they are like very fast. And you think those animals do not realize that there is a huge tractor and noisy that is going towards them? And same thing for other animals. So these accidental crop deaths, when it comes to these kind of animals, that it's kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke to think that there are so many. They happens, right? But accident happens when you drive a car. You don't stop driving because accidents can happen. But again, as vegans, we would like not to participate in this, or better, we would like this practice to change. But the problem is that we live in a system and a farming system that doesn't care about animals. And we vegans, we're trying to live in a world that doesn't care about animals, and we don't have control over freaking everything. All right? We are trying our best, and if you and the rest of the world would go vegan as well and would start seeing animals as individuals and not a problem or something that doesn't deserve respect, it doesn't deserve respect as long as you as a human will get a benefit out of it, then like vegan farmer will try their best to minimize animal accidental crop deaths, and they will try to reduce the killing of the insects or completely eliminate it. So you see, like, you anti-vegans just show that you are animal abusers, right? Because I don't care if you're doing better than me, in terms of, I only hunt and kill one animal per year, and you live in nature, right? You live in nature, and okay, so if that's you, I would say you can still do better and stop killing that animals, because by killing that animals you might destroying a family. Of course, you're taking the life of that animal that wants to live, right? So you could stop killing that animal and just farm plants. But you don't do that because you don't care about animals. And this is why vegans always stick to this sentence that if you're not vegan, you are an animal abuser, because it always comes back down to that simple concept. Let me know what you think about this in the comments.